So what I like about FTT lending is the combination of different sort of strands. So anything from the fraud and to the technology to the consumer lending, and bring it in all together because there's so much we share and the rooms are filled with people who can all contribute to all of those streams. So I like the cross-section between the different streams.
We've been coming to FTT events for a little while now and we absolutely love them. I think the value is a fewfold. The first is the mix of provider to financial services organization. It's a really nice balance of innovative, tech solutions and organizations that are also forward-thinking and want to try and lean into the technology agenda. So we always have incredibly rich conversations. And the second thing is I just think it's an energizing experience for the people that are here. We can get excited about the potential that we've got to move this industry forward. We can get excited about the achievements that we've had in the last 12 months and the enhancements that we can see in the next 12 months. And it generally energizes you for the rest of the year ahead.
Yeah, first of all, it's very important to build your network. So networking with like-minded professionals so that you can share the lessons learned. I find it especially important in my line of work. And second of all, it's very important to ensure you have your eyes open, your ears open. You're really understanding all the risks surrounding yourself, not only in your area of expertise. So in my case, data protection, but you broaden it to go beyond cybersecurity, information security, etc. And events like this really allow us to open our minds, to learn about new things, connect with individuals, and really then address those risks.
So for me, sometimes when you go to the panels and discussion points, you really kind of get that one nugget of information or insight that you hadn't thought about before, and taking that away and be able to use that in your existing company you work for. I think secondary, it's always great to understand new technologies that are here and recap and regroup with people you've not seen in a while.
Well, the value is just being in the same room with so many industry experts. I think it helps you save time to network, to meet people, but also it's interesting to hear the panel discussions about sort of what's going on and sort of the pulse of the market.
For me, this is the first time I'm participating at this event, and I see that such events are extremely valuable because we can hear the different perspectives. So we are meeting people from institutions, from banks, at the same time from regulators and tech providers as us. So it's interesting to understand mainly the specific challenges these companies and organizations are experiencing. And that makes a basis then to our product development, to our client partnerships. So we do see this as a high value for our company to be here.
I think for me, it's meeting individuals in the industry who are looking to invest in platforms such as Xeon, but also who don't know or realize that they need platforms like Xeon. So it's just about educating ourselves on the market, putting ourselves in front of the right people, and understanding the pain points that lenders at events like this are feeling so that we can fit ourselves in the market.
So especially, connecting with people, networking, meeting in person, and, exchange our values, our, what we are doing in the business. So yeah, that's, I think, the best. And, to be in a great location like this.
I think it's the networking here. So in terms of networking with others in industry, getting ideas, that's super useful. You only see one side of, financial crime and fraud, mainly from your perspective, from your role. So I think coming to these events, you hear other people's stories, you hear other people's challenges, which helps your thinking, particularly as a senior leader trying to mitigate financial crime. You need to always be getting insights from other people. And I also think meeting other suppliers here, other tools as well, etc. I think that's really important because where do you start? You can go online, you can do a search, etc. But it's quite difficult to know which ones you want to approach, which one you want to speak to, and are they going to be valuable for your business? So I think here you get to come down, speak to people in person, and actually understand a bit more about what their solutions are offering you as well. So I think it's twofold: solutions and also the networking as well.
I find FTT Lending brings together quite a wide range of different financial technology people across the board, both from the vendor side of things, but also from other peers in the industry. And it's a great opportunity to network and link up with them.
I go to a number of different trade shows and trade events every year. And the challenge with a lot of them is they go quite broad on what they talk about and how they talk about it. And the beauty of FTT lending is it's so lending specific that you get a combination of things. You get a load of interested parties, so there's interesting partnership conversations that we have with other vendors about like how could we work together and are there spaces that we can collaborate. But then also critically, we get people from financial institutions who are genuinely interested in lending and solving the challenges of lending. So it's a great ecosystem to be part of, because actually the value of the conversation you get out of this event is high, specifically for like the lending side of the business that we have. So I've always found it valuable. I also think unlike a lot of trade shows, it's not too enormous. You are able to go and speak to a number of people during the day. You are able to network and meet peers and find new conversations that you wouldn't have had. And obviously that can be quite difficult if you're at an event that's got like 2,000 people, even though we're going to start. So it's a great place to find people. And I found this is my third FTT lending that I've come to. I have found every single time I've walked away with a number of new connections and a number of follow-up that have been actually really valuable. So it's a great event.
Amazing event full of professionals and very nice conversations with people that think like us and believe in what we believe in.
So for us, it's about the network and the learning. Yes, as a company, we look out externally to see what is moving the market. But also when you're here and you're hearing the debates and you're participating in those debates, you quite often get a different view. I mean, it's really important to us in terms of supporting our clients, but also working with future prospects to know what is hot on people's agenda.
Yes, so we find it a really valuable event, and that's because it allows us to meet with our current customers, some of our technology partners, but also meet new people in the industry that can be suitable for using Keyless, essentially. It's a great way to network. I think doing these things in person is still really important, especially the kind of AI-based outreach now, remote. It becomes really difficult for our potential customers to understand what's real, what's not, what's credible, what's not. And and it's also just nice to meet them in person. So yeah, we really enjoy it.
I think, a lot of the smartest people in the ecosystem being in the same place at the same time in very close proximity is very good for our go-to-market team. It's obviously very good for me too, to talk through, both Plaid customers, but folks that aren't Plaid customers yet, and just really learn what their biggest problems and interests are. It's a great pulse check on the ecosystem. And then again, for us, just a great place to connect with customers.
I think it's a great opportunity to meet people who could gain value from the products and services that we sell, to share some success stories that we've had with others in the industry, and generally just to make connections and help move our business forward.
I think an FTT lending is a rare chance to meet all the industry leaders, and for us at Plaid in particular, to meet our existing customers. It's very rare when you can speak to quite a few of them in one place. So I think it's a great place to meet those here.
I found a huge amount of value in these events, especially with FTT, because you bring such a strong group of people together. So we know a lot of people in this room, there are a lot of friends in this room, a lot of customers in this room, a lot of prospects in this room. And just having them all together in the same place allows us to have some very rich conversations. And also a lot of the content that we see in a lot of the panels and the presentations is super rich, super relevant, very relevant for Covector as well, and the conversations that we're having with our customers and prospects.
This is the first type of event like this we've attended. It's been quite useful understanding the market a little bit better, getting to network with some personas we wouldn't normally talk to. So it's been useful, and chatting to some of the other vendors as well, and forming potential partnerships.
So because of the wide solutions we have, I've had so many varied conversations today, potentially new verticals for us and even new use cases.
Events like this are just really good for meeting new people within the industry, and also some people who have been within the industry for many years who are looking at new and innovative solutions. We work within the customer communication space. Sometimes that's not often top of the agenda for within the lending market. So it's a good opportunity for people to ask us questions and where the future is within that sphere.
So it's absolutely perfect for us in the sorts of organizations that are here. They're exactly who we want to be talking to. Lots of good ideas, lots of innovation, really interesting talk. So it's been a really good day.
It's an amazing day today. So we had amazing discussions, great client meetings. So it was very valuable to come here.
Well, the big value here is to be able to meet peers in our industry and talk about some of the trends that are going on, as well as help share what we're doing to help prevent fraud and help keep people safe.
Yeah, it's gone really well. We've made loads of connections. We've obviously met some of our industry peers, which is great. We've been learning a lot, listening in on some of the talks, which has been really great.
So it's always good to come to these events and see how the industry is developing.